Hello everyone. Today I will talk about the homework 2. I will solve the problems of homework 2 because this one will be it will be in your midterm. So the questions, the topics will be similar to your midterm, and then we have the homework 3. So I will cover the homework 3 in another video. So today I will solve the problems of homework 2. I will talk about the Minitab. This one just will be an introduction to Minitab. And then I will talk about the other control charts. So these are the charts that we have not covered. So this one will be we will have two tabs. Then the first one will be the individual and the moving range chart. Moving range chart. And the other one will be moving average and the range chart. So this one will be the last topics of this chapter. Then we will talk about the probability and the other topics in the quality control. So let's first start with homework 2. So the questions of homework 2 is that the first one was the first question was a little bit easy for you. It says that compare the data using the descriptive statistics of Excel and then compare, it says just compare it, but you have to say something, what's going on here. And then we will plot it, and then the percentage of the values between 27 and 30, and the percentage of values between 43 and the 45. So let's start from the first one. So I will compare the statistics of data 1 to data 2. So let me go to Excel here, and then we have data 1 and we have data 2. So we will use let me just zoom in. We will use the data of Excel and then data analysis. And then we have here the descriptive statistics. Okay. And then I will select the range of my values. So these are the range. Okay. And then it includes the labels. As you can see, my first row is the label, data 1 and data 2. And then output, I will select any cell here as an output. And then I will want the summary of the statistics. Okay. This is the first part of the question, very easy. And then, but the question continues that compare it. So compare what's going on here. So let's do that. So first thing is that you have to look the mean values here. So one is 29 and the other one is the 44. The mean values of this one is bigger than that one. So what it means is that here you have the larger values. Okay. And the second one is that standard error. So we have not covered standard error. So that's not a big issue. And then median says that the first one is 29 and the second one is 45. So what it means is that the 50% of the values is less than 29, and then 50% of the values is greater than 29. So for here, the median is 45, the similar. Mode is 30, so this is the maximum repeated number, yes. The 30 is the maximum occurring number or repeated number. Standard deviation is 2.11 and here 1.42. What it means is that here, the data 1 has more a variation, let's say. Okay, it's like data 1 has, for example, numbers 1, numbers 7, example, let's say. Or you have 100 and you have, for example, 200. You can see the variation here, but for data 2, the variation is not that way. Then example may be that it has 1, it has 7, it has 30, it has 40, it has 20. You can see the variations here. And then the variance, this one is just the square of these values. So you take the square of the standard deviation. So that's the variance. The kurtosis, this one, I wanted everybody to explain it, but nobody did that. So the kurtosis is that, let me just write it, the peakedness. So what it means is that this is my first curve, and this is the second curve. Okay, the one here, it has the higher kurtosis. Okay, and the one here has the lower kurtosis. So lower kurtosis means that it is flat. Okay, flat curve, you can see. And then the skewness here, about positive and negative, as you remember, the positive skewness means that the right, and the negative skewness means that the left. Okay, so what it means is that the skewness is that you have a curve, something like this one. Sorry. So we have a curve, something like this one. This is the right skewed data, and then left one is that you will have a something like this one. Okay. So this one is the left, and this one is the right. Okay. And then you will have the range, means that max minus minimum, and then here the range is 14. As you can see, the maximum is 37, minimum is 23. The difference is the 14. And here the max is 48, minimum is 40, and then difference is 8. So I wanted something like this one, you have to explain it. This is the question number 1, and then let's move on to question number 2. Sorry, question number 1, part 2. The part 2 says that using Excel chart, we have to plot the frequency chart for data 1 and then frequency chart for data 2. But I said that use the column chart here. Okay, you need to use the column chart for this one. But most of you went with the, most of you went with a histogram instead of using the column chart. Let me just go here. So for the column chart, you need to count each of the data here, how many times 30 is repeated, how many times 45 is repeated. So I will not do that one here, because let me just show how do you do that, and then the rest you can do yourself. You will just need to count the 30. Okay, how many times that is repeated in this data range. And then you have to write, for example, 30 is repeated 8 times, and then 5 times, then you will plot the histogram frequency chart. But you went with this histogram, you can also do that, but for this problem, no, I don't want the histogram, I wanted the count of the numbers. Okay. And this one is for the part 2. So both of them will become as the normal distributed. This one will be. So question 1, then B is that you will have something like the normal distribution. Okay, I should iterate it that you have to use the frequency chart. You have to use the column chart. Then you have to use the count function. And then comes the part C, which is the most important one for this one. The part C says that find the percentage of values that are between 27 and 30. So for this one, so you need to use you have to use the statistics. And then for statistics, you have to use the normal distribution. Okay, so what it means is to use normal distribution. Let's go to the next slides. And then this is your normal distribution curve. And then the question says that So let's say that this one is 27 and the other one is the 30. Let's say that somewhere around here is the 30. So you have to find this area. Okay, this is what the question asks. So what is the area in this curve? So what is the area between 27 and the 30? So for this one, you need to use the Excel tool. Okay, and then for Excel tool, you have to use the z-test. Okay, z-test will give you the area between 27 and the 30, but it works a different way. So how it works, let me just show you. The Excel z-test works, say that first it will calculate the area till 27. So this one will be the first. And then second, it will calculate the area till 30. So till first one will be till 27. And the second one will be the till 30. This will be the area 2. And this one will be area 1. Okay. So to find the area between 27 and the 30, what you will do is that you have to subtract area 2 minus area 1. So it will be that between 27 and the 30. This is what you are going to use the Excel for. You cannot just go count the numbers between 27 and the 30. You cannot do that because this one is a sample. This is just, you know, another sample may be different than this one. Okay, this is a function. So for this function, you need to find the area between 27 and the 30. And this area will tell you how many percent is between 27 and the 30. So this area will tell you the percentage between 27 and the 30. Okay. So let's do that in Excel and then see how it looks like. So if I go on the run here, the z-test, so you can see it returns the one-tailed p-value. So what means is that it returns one part of it. So till 27, till 30. Okay, and then it asks the range of numbers, and it asks the number that I want, and it asks the standard deviation, the sigma is standard deviation. So first I will find the standard deviation for data 1, and then I will find standard deviation for data 2. Standard deviation for data 1 will be the standard deviation of sample. You can see it is sample. And the range of the values will be here. Okay. And then standard deviation for data 2 will be the same stuff. As you can see, it now selected the second column. Okay. Now I can find my lower range is 27. The upper range is 30. Okay, the question says. So then I will go with the z-test. And then I will select the array, which is the numbers here. And then I will select the number that I want, which is 27, or I can just go here and pick this one. Let me copy it because it's not visible. Okay, the number that I want, and then the sigma, which is the standard deviation. Okay, there is okay, so we have double equal sign. Okay, so what it means is that we don't have any value less than 27. Okay, you see it's equal to 27. So the value is less than 27 is almost 0. Now comes the second part. For second one, I will do the same formula here, but I will use the 30. Now, instead of 27, here you can see, instead of D8, I will use the, sorry, Yes, instead of D8, I will use E8. Okay. But the standard deviation also will be constant. So let me just put F4 sign here. Okay. And then let's say area till 27. Now area till 30. Okay, the range is the same. I will just add F4 and then F4. Only variable is D8. I'll just copy this formula and then paste it here, and then come here, and then instead of D11, I will just pick the number here. Okay. So this is 99%. So what it means is that the big range of numbers, almost most of them are in this range, less than 30. So let me just go to Excel. You will do the same stuff for the second. So if I come back here, so this one is the standard deviation, or you can say S, and then lower range, and then we have the area till the lower range. So what it means is that, so I have the normal distribution, and then here it is 27, and then just go here this way. The area till 27, this area is 3.379 e to the power of 74. Okay, and the second part is this one. So what it says is that the same normal distribution, we have 30 here, and then the area till 30, this area is 0.999. Okay, so what I want is that I want in the range. I want between 27 to 30. What it means is that, so let's say that this is area 2. So between 27 and then 30, it will be area 2 minus area 1. Okay, that is what I want for the, sorry, that's what we want for the question. So if I go back to the question, so you will do the same stuff for data 2, but now for data 2, you have to select for the 3 and then 45. This is question number 1. Now comes question number 2. So for the question number 2, we have to use the Excel sheet. So